A vast, mysterious, and perhaps the most frightening steppe in the world, where the number of horses is 13 times more than humans. A place with a dinosaur cemetery, and there are even continuous visits from extraterrestrial beings. If you still can't believe these are true, then join me in the upcoming minutes of the video about 15 prohibited rules and strange things in Mongolia. I'm sure you will be amazed by what exists and is happening in this land. Number 15. Do not touch others' heads. We often pat the heads of cute children as a gesture of affection and praise. However, when dealing with Mongolian children, never foolishly perform such an action. Not touching the heads of others, especially children, is part of the traditions and cultural beliefs of the Mongolian people. It signifies respect and reverence for the head, a place where Mongolians believe the soul and spiritual power reside. In Mongolian culture, touching someone's head can be seen as inappropriate and even disrespectful. This is particularly important for children as they are considered pure and vulnerable souls, and touching their heads may be viewed as disrespectful and improper. If you intentionally touch a child's head, their parents will be extremely angry. They may chase you away, attack you, or worse, use a spell to retaliate against you. They believe that your dirty hands have damaged the soul of their child, and the price you have to pay will undoubtedly be very high. In contrast to the head, feet are considered the dirtiest part, so do not put your feet on tables or chairs. If by accident your foot touches someone or you accidentally touch their head, take their hand and apologize sincerely. Number 14. Whistling is prohibited in the jur. If you enter a jur, the traditional dwelling of Mongolians, one thing you should never do is whistle. Whistling in the jur is considered taboo because it is believed to invite evil spirits into the home. In their traditional culture, there are rules regarding the use of music and musical instruments in specific situations. Some sources suggest that whistling is an unacceptable practice in certain cases or specific environments, such as inside a jur, where silence and respect for personal and communal space are crucial. Dirty things and wandering souls might perceive it as an invitation and come to the gur to inhabit it. That's why no Mongolian dares to do this. They are extremely fearful of spiritual forces and create many rules to ensure their lives remain peaceful. Number 13. No bathing or washing clothes. If you notice unpleasant smells on the bodies of Mongolian people, do not remind them to bathe or maintain personal hygiene, as this will make you seem rude in their eyes. Historically, during the time of Genghis Khan, Mongolians believed that bathing and using water could disrupt the natural flow of energy. Therefore, they would never wash or bathe, thinking that it would pollute the water and anger the deities. At a different point in the past, Mongolians restricted bathing and were forbidden to bathe in rivers. Mongolian warriors did not change clothes, they only occasionally took them off, vigorously shook them to remove lice and fleas and put them back on immediately. Most of the time they did not wash their clothes, they wore them until they were torn or could no longer maintain their original shape. The only exception was during festivals and holidays when Mongolians changed their attire by wearing special cloaks. Ancient Mongolians had a different concept of body odor. They viewed the smell on someone as something unique and very personal. If confronted with a person with a strong odor, your attitude might change, but for Mongolians this scent is considered something worthy of respect and is seen as part of the person's character. The best advice I can give you when around Mongolian people is to wear a mask. Number 11. Prohibitions when going to the restroom. Oh, it seems that many guys are quite comfortable urinating outdoors or anywhere secluded, with some particularly enjoying relieving themselves near small streams or stagnant water pools. But did you know that if you do this in Mongolia, you could be attacked and even risk your life? Natural water sources in Mongolia are highly valued, and locals may use them directly. Therefore, it is absolutely forbidden to go to the restroom in any water area, such as lakes, rivers, or streams. If Mongolian people catch someone urinating in the water they use, it is certain that they will attack you. Mongolians are nomadic tribes, and you don't want to anger them unless you're willing to face the consequences. In addition to indiscriminate urination, there is another strict prohibition: not throwing waste into the fire. For Mongolians, fire is sacred, so it is strictly prohibited to throw waste into it. They also highly value cleanliness, so leaving dirty clothes on the family's belongings is unacceptable. Once again, I want to emphasize that if you visit Mongolia, you must absolutely listen to the tour guide. Number 10. The more beautiful a woman is, the harder it is to find a husband. It's amusing that while many of us always dream of having a romantic partner, a beautiful wife, Mongolian men are not enthusiastic about it. Mongolia is a place where women have more progressive careers than men. Women are surpassing men in education, facing less unemployment, and livestock farming, traditionally a male occupation, is on the decline. In bars, pubs, or clubs, women are the majority of customers. However, precisely because of their social status superiority, modern Mongolian women who decide to stick to city life for employment after graduation find it extremely challenging to find a life partner. This situation is prevalent in universities and workplaces. This leads to a phenomenon where Mongolian men have more options. Over 40% of men over the age of 15 are married, while this percentage for women is only 32%. Most unmarried women over the age of 20 remain single until death. It may sound absurd, but they are often the most beautiful and accomplished individuals. Number 9. The number of horses is more than the population. It's truly unbelievable, but in Mongolia, the number of some animal species is greater than the human population. Specifically, the number of horses is 13 times greater than the people living in the country, and the number of sheep is 35 times greater. The population density of Mongolia is extremely low compared to many other countries in the world. The country has a vast land area, but the population is sparse, mainly due to the harsh terrain and severe climatic conditions. Statistical data shows that at the current time the average population density of Mongolia is about 2 people per square kilometer. This makes Mongolia one of the countries with the lowest population density in the world. It means that there is about 1 house for every 5 square kilometers. This implies that if a family wants to meet their neighbors, they need to travel at least 5 kilometers. It's truly exhausting, isn't it? Number 8. Ulaanbaatar, the coldest capital in the world. If you plan to visit the capital Ulaanbaatar of Mongolia, the essential thing I want you to remember is to wear plenty of warm clothes because it is cold here to an unimaginable extent. Due to its high altitude, relatively high latitude, and being far inland, hundreds of kilometers from the coast, along with the influence of the Siberian high-pressure system, Ulaanbaatar is the coldest capital in the world, with an extremely cold, semi-arid climate. The city has the characteristic of a short, warm summer and a prolonged, bitterly cold, icy, and dry winter. The coldest temperatures occur in January, usually just before sunrise, ranging from -36 to -40 degrees Celsius, with no wind due to temperature inversion. Ulaanbaatar has an average annual temperature of -0.4 degrees Celsius, making it the coldest capital in the world. Record temperatures have been recorded dropping to as low as -72 degrees Celsius. It's so cold that water poured out freezes instantly. If you don't want to risk your life due to the cold, as I mentioned, wear the warmest clothes you can. Number 7. Reverence for the color white. You will be more respected if you wear white clothes in Mongolia, because the color white is revered here. Sagan Say, translated from Mongolian into English, means white month. The origin of this name may come from the white color of winter or the white color of food. The start of the Sagan Sa festival signals the end of the harsh winter here and the upcoming spring. It is also a time for families to gather. Perhaps for this reason, Mongolian people especially love the color white. Mongolians consider the color white a symbol of purity, bringing good fortune and luck. During the first days of the new year, Mongolians wear white clothing, ride white horses, eat white food made from dairy products, and exchange white-colored gifts. If during this time, you give them black-colored gifts or stain the white clothes they wear, they will see it as a great insult, bringing bad luck for the entire following year. And of course, you will be chased away with the most unpleasant words, possibly even with sticks. Number 6. Dinosaur Cemetery. Alright, if you still can't imagine how vibrant and diverse the dinosaur world was in the distant past, then join me in visiting this place in Mongolia, the Inner Mongolia Museum. Some people have likened this museum to a miniature Jurassic Park. The number of dinosaur fossils on display at the Inner Mongolia Museum is approximately 20 types, including the rarely seen giant dinosaur species, such as the Tyrannosaurus rex. In the Inner Mongolia region, there are still many secrets about dinosaurs that have not been revealed. Tens of millions of years ago, the vast and expansive land of Inner Mongolia undoubtedly hid many secrets. In the 20th century, a team of American explorers came to the uninhabited wilderness of Inner Mongolia, not far from the Gobi Desert, and unexpectedly discovered an incredibly large number of dinosaur fossils. The location where dinosaur fossils were discovered is in a salt pond covered by red sand and mudstone, a place that the press later named the Dinosaur Cemetery. Since then, Inner Mongolia has been known as one of the first regions in Asia to find dinosaur fossils. Number 5. Mirage phenomenon in the sky. If you truly want to witness UFOs or other mysterious phenomena in the sky, then head to the Inner Mongolia region of Mongolia. People often encounter unusual natural phenomena or unidentified flying objects in this area. On September 25, 2005 at 1830, an unidentified flying object appeared in the sky of Inner Mongolia, disappearing by 1840. On the same day, UFO sightings were reported in Russia and some provinces of China. The term Event 925 became the name for this incident. On July 19, 2017, a series of photos were shared on WeChat and Weibo in China, showing a bizarre image in the sky above Bai, Inner Mongolia. It depicted streaks of clouds arranged like a message conveyed in the sky. The question arises, who is the message for? Who is the sender of this message? Speculation at the time suggested extraterrestrial beings visiting Earth. On April 28, 2018, once again, unusual images of unidentified flying objects were reported in Mongolia, particularly in the capital city of Ulaanbaatar. Many suspicions were raised about extraterrestrial exploration in the Inner Mongolia region. From the past to the present, these speculations are not entirely baseless, considering that Mongolia always harbors numerous mysteries and enigmas known as top secrets. Number 4. Man-eating lake. There is a place in Mongolia you are not allowed to approach, a lake that supposedly devours human flesh, a lake that seems to exist only in horror movies but is, in fact, real. In this region, this lake is called Traton Kong, its name transliterated from Mongolian, implying immeasurable depth. The lake is not large, with a diameter of only about 30 meters, but its depth has yet to be precisely measured. In winter, when the lake freezes, people have attempted to drill a hole in the ice and lower a rope to measure the depth, but the rope never reaches the bottom. Locals estimate the minimum depth to be more than 20 meters. The reason locals gave it such a name is that many livestock and even humans approaching the lake for water disappear. Hence, it is also called the man-eating lake. In the 1990s, Traton Kong witnessed a series of horrifying incidents, with a total of 300 horses, 500 cattle, and 25 people missing. Strangely, all those who disappeared, whether alive or dead, left no trace. No one was seen alive, nobody was found dead. Number 3. Insects from hell. My friends, after returning from Mongolia, shared that the locals have a fear of a type of subterranean insect. They only dare to move along marked paths and avoid encroaching even a centimeter into the soil believed to harbor these creatures known as insects from hell. The peculiar-looking creature is described similarly to images found in magical books. Insects from hell are believed to be capable of causing harm to those who come close. The truth remains unknown, resembling a mysterious tale in modern times. In 1907, foreign explorers conducted archaeological studies in Inner Mongolia and discovered the presence of subterranean beings. Subsequently, many Russian experts came here for exploration, but unfortunately the results they obtained were not promising. A few decades later, giant fossilized skeletons were found in Mongolia. However, several decades later, giant fossilized skeletons reappeared in Mongolia. The authorities made every effort to erase all traces, and locals were hesitant to share with foreigners what truly exists in the vast depths where they reside. Number 2. Execution of homosexuals. If you are homosexual, my sincere advice is not to visit Mongolia. Genghis Khan banned homosexual behavior in the Mongol Empire, subjecting individuals to execution in an attempt to increase the Mongolian population to around 1.5 million during that time, while their rival, the Song dynasty, ruling in modern-day central China, had a population of 100 million. After being criminalized in 1961, all references to homosexual relationships were removed from the Mongolian Criminal Code in 1993, effectively legalizing private and consensual same-sex activities. However, legal acceptance has not necessarily translated into a better life for the LGBTQ community in this region. Same-sex couples leading families lack the legal protection afforded to heterosexual couples. Until recently, violence and discrimination against the LGBTQ community in Mongolia have been common and often go unreported to the police. Number 1. Secret Tomb of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, the powerful warrior who conquered the world on horseback, has stories involving numerous abductions, bloodshed everywhere, love, and intense revenge. The legend arose after Genghis Khan's death. In his lifetime, Genghis Khan ruled over vast territories from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. Before his final moment, the warrior emperor ordered a secret burial. A colossal army, filled with profound grief, brought Genghis Khan's remains back to his homeland, prepared to kill anyone to conceal the path of the funeral procession. When Genghis Khan's remains arrived at the burial site, a group of riders with 1,000 horses was sacrificed to close all traces. In the 800 years since Genghis Khan's demise, nobody has ever found the exact location of his tomb. Foreign expedition groups have pursued the traces of Genghis Khan's tomb for many years, exploring various terrains, landscapes, and even using space observation. However, all efforts ended in disappointment, and the Mongols have never revealed a word about this tomb. They fear the curse of the great emperor who built the Mongol bloodline's reputation. So we have embarked on an intriguing journey into the unique culture and traditions of the Mongolian people. The prohibitions and peculiar events we've explored not only represent rules but also reflect the respect, reverence, and diversity of this culture. Let's continue to discover diverse cultures worldwide. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow our upcoming videos. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey. See you in the next videos.